Hey guys, Tina here and welcome to my October book haul. As you can tell from the thumbnail, I have quite a few books to show you. Yet again, I did that, and sadly this time I haven't read any of them yet. So my synopsis will be pretty brief because, well, I have no clue what most of them are about. So here we go. The first book that I have on my pile here is The Silver Mask by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, which is book 4 in the Magisterium, which is a middle grade series that they are co-writing, and it's a cute one. It's about this boy called Callum. He is a mage, I think they're called in this world, and he doesn't want to be one. Actually, his father has told him nothing but bad things about mages, so he's desperate not to go to this magic school that's called Magisterium, and he tries his hardest to fail the test, but despite that he's accepted, and yeah, adventures ensue from there. I'm liking the series so far, but I do have to say that the books are getting shorter and shorter, so I don't know, the last book, which is the next one, yeah, it's gonna be like really thin, I think. But I love these gorgeous covers. They're so pretty. So I guess that's good. And then I have another YA book, and it's Into the Bright Unknown by Rae Carson, which is book 4 in a series that I'm not sure what it's called, but it tells the story of Leah Westphal, something like that, and it takes place during the Golden Rush, and she has the power to sense gold underground. Because of that, you know, people would definitely like to have her because, you know, she would be very useful. And yeah, so they're keeping it hush-hush, but then her parents get murdered and she goes on a run and goes west with the rest of the people that are traveling that way, and there's a lot of adventure, and I really love this series so far, and I cannot wait to see how this one ends. So yeah, hopefully now that I have it, I will be reading it before the end of the year, but who knows. The next two books are a slight departure from what I usually read, but I have been hearing about them on BookTube forever and everybody seems to like them, so I was really curious and I decided that it's time to get them. So the first of those is The Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. I have been actually watching the documentary American Ripper, which is about H.H. Holmes, and I'm really curious about this guy now because he had a really weird mind, and well, he was just crazily weird, and I'm just morbidly curious about him. And this, I think, is actually a non-fiction book, and it takes place during the World Fair and the period in which H.H. Holmes lived. And yeah, I can't wait to learn more about actually the World Fair, because I just love those, because they sound so magical. Yeah, the ones that are today are not as magical, I don't think so. I'm just curious about that as well, but yeah, I can't wait to pick this one up. And then the next one is You by Caroline Kepnes, which everybody knows. It's a book that is written in the second person, and it's told from the stalker's point of view, which is interesting and definitely creepy. And I will not be reading it in October, despite the fact that it would be perfect for this time, but I have other books that I have to read, but here it is, and I'm curious to see how I feel about it, actually. Not sure when I'm going to be reading it, definitely during the daytime, because I'm easily scared, I think. Then I have another non-fiction book, and it's Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck, and it's about our brains, how, you know, some people perceive failure as, you know, it spurs them on, and some people just get depressed and things like that, and how to basically make the best of what you're given. And I'm really curious about the subject, so I decided to get the book, naturally. And finally we get to the fantasy sci-fi portion of this haul, and the first book that I have here is Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. I have not read yet The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, but this one was really cheap on Book Depository. I said I'm just gonna get it because it would be, you know, way more expensive if I waited to get it full price. So yeah, here it is. Not a clue what it's about, but I have been hearing great things about it again, so yeah, I decided to get it. I know I'm silly, but still. And then I have two books that I was really optimistic when I got them, because I expected that I was, you know, going to be needing them in October, because I was planning to read the first book in September. That didn't happen, but despite that, I'm really happy that I have them. And it's actually Mad Ship and Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb, which are books 2 and 3 in her Life Ship Traders trilogy, and I was supposed to read Ship of Magic what is it? Is it Ship of Magic? Yeah, Ship of Magic last month, but I just couldn't get into it. I was just not in the mood to read epic fantasy. I'm shocked, I know, but yeah, I mean, now I have them and I will read them next year. I don't think I will manage to get to them this year. But anyways, when when the mood strikes, they're here and I will be able to get to them. And the last book is another epic fantasy, and it's a sequel to The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington, and the sequel is called An Echo of Things to Come. I read the first book, I don't know when actually. I don't know, was it spring or was it during the summer? I'm not sure actually now. But it tells the story of Davian, who's a kid and he's gifted, but he's also an augur in this world where augurs were supposed to be extinct. So augurs are basically magical people, but they have different abilities than just the normal, regular gifted people. They also can, read minds and predict the future and things like that. And they were supposed to be extinct because during the last war, some 20 years ago, they basically all died because there were some problems with them. The things they had predicted actually were not happening, and there were just a lot of problems with them. But now Davian, he cannot really control his power, so he was supposed to be basically stripped of it, but he manages to get away and go on his own adventure. And we also follow the story of his friends, and I'm just doing a terrible job of this. I will actually link the video in which I do a better one up here so you can go check it out. But yeah, the sequel is out, is just as huge as the previous book, and I will get to it, but again, I don't think it's gonna happen this year. So yeah, a lot of that happening in this haul. But yes, I'm still excited for all of these books, just yeah, I will just not manage to get to them this year, so yeah. Anyways, that's it for this book haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye!